Let's start with how you got started into acting and the power of community theater.
Yes. Um, so I got started, I mean, professionally, it wasn't until a bit later, but my first play was in middle elementary school. It was Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and I played Grandpa Joe. And that was the first time I ever, even tried to act or do anything. And I immediately just had a love for it. And my parents said, that I was just a natural up there, and but at the same time we didn't come from a community that had a lot of arts. I went to a middle school that didn't have a drama program, so I had to seek the art out in my community in other ways, because it wasn't presented to me. So I went straight to I was in Whittier at the time, and I started doing community theater, and then I found Los Angeles County High School for the Arts, which is one of the only public performing arts high schools in LA. And um, I just told my parents, like, hey, I want to audition for this school. Um, and they were like, okay. And they're very great. My mom and my dad, they drove me like an hour every morning for 4 years to go to this school, because they knew how much it meant to me. And at that time, they believed in me, and that meant everything. And I wouldn't be here had they not made those sacrifices. Um, and then from there, I am a college dropout. I dropped out of college and moved back. And that's when I really found my footing in Boyle Heights with Casa 0101, Josefina
Mhm.
Lopez's theater. And it was very kismet because Josefina Lopez, Real Women Have Curves, was the first time I ever saw myself on screen. Like, my whole life I've been hearing, you could play America Ferrera's daughter, and like, oh my God,
Yeah.
you look just like her. And I love it. And so to end up working with the creator, the mother of that, was so monumental for me. And eventually they helped me get my foot in the door. They helped me get my first headshot, got me in the room for the ABC Discover showcase. And all through there, I got my agent and, my manager, and things started picking up. But none of that would have happened had it not been for my community and for my family. Like, it, it was not an easy path, but like everybody pitched in to help me in some way, somehow.
Yeah, well, thank you for giving us that background. And when you mentioned America Ferrera, I think, wow, that would be a dream. Let's put it out in the
Total
universe.
dream.
Let's see this movie with her as your mom.
Yes.
I would love to see that. I think that's fabulous. Well, I mean, you mentioned, how your community is something that fuels you. It's something that you've mentioned community arts and all of this. What are your thoughts right now about the community? How everything, I mean, look, there's no dancing around it. Our community is under
Yeah.
attack. Um, how does that influence or inspire your work as you're representing in one way or another? There's another Belissa out there that's looking at you and thinking of you're there, America. So how does that shape the way you approach your work?
It's such an important honor to have right now, and it can be daunting, be only because I want to do so much with the the visibility that I do have right now in such a pivotal time. Um and I can't do it all as much as I want to. Um, so I think for me, it's really been finding community action in other ways and helping the other stories. Like, okay, well, maybe I can't tell this story for whatever reason, but I'm gonna help this person get that story told. Um, and so that's been a lot of how my work has kind of changed. Um, Going more behind the scenes and being like, because that's what I'm realizing really matters, not just in front of the camera, but in all the positions behind. um and I am very, very, even with the writers at Happy's Place, I had a few meetings with them just as things were getting as they are now. Um, because I think it's so important and I also take it very seriously. I'm very careful of what I say, and how it can be taken for our community. And I don't take it lightly that our show is very universal in the US. Um, and so yeah, I've talked to the writers and I have told them about how much it means to me and how much I hope it means to them to take it very gently and to take our community with care and love.
And like this show is a comedy, and I really do feel that like sometimes comedy or lightness could be a way to call people in, and then subtly they're learning, you know. And so I think that's a really great approach. So let's talk a little bit about Happy Place. Tell us about what this show is and your character. Speak about that a little bit.
Yeah, so Happy's Place, it takes place in Knoxville, Tennessee. And I play Reba's half sister. Um, had no clue the other existed, we didn't know about each other. Um, and Isabella, she's fresh out of college, fresh out of school with her degree, and she's still searching for her identity. There are parts of her that she feels there are holes, mostly in community. I think that's always been the root of her loneliness is she's only ever really had her mom. Um, so yeah, she shows up to this place and she's got all these kooky characters to, make friends with, and she definitely steps on some toes in the beginning, but in this second season we kind of get to see her as she's already in the groove of Happy's Place.
Yeah, and are you identifying with that where you are in your life presently?
Oh, you mean like being on the show? Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Um I think Isabella and I are different people at our core, but it's been so fun playing someone so like she just reminds me of like a flower child. Like she just could skip through the meadows and like she's very funny. Sound of Music.
That sounds lovely. And where can people catch the show and what time? Give us all those details.
It airs Friday nights at 8 on NBC, and then you can watch it the next day on Peacock. We've got season one and a few episodes of season two already streaming. So,
Lovely. Okay, so I have two surprise questions for you. Well, I guess
love.
one is a series of questions, but the first one, and you might have to think about this a little bit, but my co-host and I, Delcy, we did this fun little exercise and we kind of thought about what our perfect Sunday in LA is, because we know that you are in LA, you're from LA. So, what would be a perfect Sunday for you?
Perfect Sunday for me uh, would probably be an early hike, either at the El Prieto Trail or the Nike Hill Trail, because that one's by my
Mhm.
mom's.
Okay, I don't know
Um,
either of these trails. I'm going to have to write these down.
Oh, they're good. A breakfast burrito from Pharaoh's, and then probably Olvera Street. I love Olvera Street. Yeah.
That sounds perfect. And you could probably only fit in three things because it's LA, there's lots of
Because of
traffic.
LA and the traffic, exactly. So that was the day.
Yeah, that sounds great. Okay, and then we like to do these rapid fire questions with our guests. Anything that comes to mind, there's no right or wrong answer. The first question is, what is something you're celebrating or something like it could even be like an everyday thing that is your joy? What gets your matraca is what we call it here.
Ooh. I love organizing. I love getting organized. I love my little planner. Just every day I'm in there. So yeah, that's been bringing me a lot of joy.
Yes, I really do. I don't know if this if you identify with this, but I love the sound of, of an email swoosh. Like I got it out of
Yes.
the way. Get
Oh
out of
yeah.
here.
It's
I
such a like,
love
whew, done.
Perfect. Okay, and then opposite that, what goes in la basura? What is something you are done
Mm.
with? You're canceling trash.
Ooh. I'd say, and I'm saying this, but I'll probably re-download it. Instagram. Get it out.
Oh
Get it out.
yeah.
Social media. Ugh.
Good to take breaks. If you could
Ex
at least take a
the
break.
breaks. The breaks are always needed.
And what about it? Like what about it feels like trash to you?
I think I mean, us as humans, we are constantly comparing ourselves. And Instagram, any social media, everybody's putting their best foot forward. You're showing the best parts of your life, and no one's showing their bad days. And so when you're having a bad day and you're looking and you're seeing everyone's good day, it can feel like, well, what am I doing wrong? And, you know, and I've noticed that when I'm not there, I'm much more content with where I'm at in life.
Yeah, yeah, I like that. I like that. I feel like
Yeah.
it's like being in the real world above, looking up.
Yes.
It's really quite lovely. Okay, and then lastly, what is something that's giving you inspiración, like something that's inspirational
Mm.
for you?
Our community every day, every
Yeah.
single day. Yeah.
Well,
The
perfect.
resilience.
I agree. The resilience on top of it all, it is really, really, we need each other. And so I agree. I agree
Yeah.
with that being
Yeah.
the inspiration. Well, wonderful. This was a great mini chat with you. We look forward to
Yes.
catching the show. And thank you so much for stopping by.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
Tamarindo Podcast is Brenda Gonzalez and Delcy Sandoval. We are also the show's executive producers. Karina Riverol of Sonoro Media provides production support. Jeff Ricards wrote our theme song. The best way to support our work is to rate and review Tamarindo Podcast or share an episode with a friend. Get in touch with us at tamarindopodcast.com.